Take one.
Do it.
Action.
Nice.
All right, welcome everybody to Sounds Like Autism. I'm Dave Thompson.
And I'm Josh Mirsky.
And it may look a little bit different today. We have in-person guests and no green screen behind us. So this is where we actually record every month.
Yeah, I know, it's really fancy. I know y'all thinking that.
Yeah, and there's a couple reasons why we don't have a green screen. One, it's not big enough to fit us and all our panelists, but also what we're focusing on, which is so exciting. April obviously is Autism Acceptance and Awareness Month, and where better to stop than to stop at home at a program that is so near and dear to both Josh and I, the Nicholas Center. Josh, you want to talk a little bit about the Nicholas Center?
Well, absolutely, yes. So Nicholas Center is very, very important to me personally. The Nicholas Center is a human service agency, a nonprofit with a social mission to help individuals with autism lead full and productive lives in the community. They focus on individualization approach, meeting the person where they are, abilities, needs for support, interests, and goals. They create opportunities for community engagement, vocational training, and job support, and peer connections. All these things are very important.
That's right. And that said, I would love to introduce our panelists, and I'm so honored to have some of these brains, on our show today to be able to share their unique perspectives and their talents, and a little bit about why the Nicholas Center in New York is a really special place to hang out. So that said, right here we have Robert Valley. Say hi, Robert.
Hello, guys. Very excited to be here.
So Robert is a Nicholas Center participant since
2018, I believe.
Yeah, since 2018. He's involved in a lot of different programs here and can really speak to what makes inclusion important and what makes the Nicholas Center special. And he is also a production assistant, a paid employee at Spectrum Designs Foundation, which is our partner agency that we've had on the show before and that we work really closely with. So welcome, Robert.
Thank you.
And Brooke, do you want to introduce yourself? This is Brooke Mellett.
Hi, everyone. I'm smiling so big right now. I know we're all wearing masks, but you could read this whole time, the minute we started. My eyes have been so bright. It's just an honor. I feel really, really, truly honored to be on this panel today.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jason. So my role is a Director of Community Programs and Services. And I focus on our community inclusion program, which we are called the Nicholas Center Navigators, and where we go out into the community and navigate around our beautiful Port Washington, and we we do a lot of different unique programs that are very meaningful and really give participants here an opportunity to grow and figure out what they like and dislike in the workforce, pretty much. So it's really exciting.
And Brooke and I have been working together for 6 years now.
I know.
We're both senior directors now. I'm senior director of employment and inclusion for the Nicholas Center, and we've expanded recently into multiple locations. We also have our Pleasantville, New York location, and Brooke has been a huge part of shaping our culture and shaping our programs, and she also serves, it's not in her title, but she also serves as senior director of FUN Fun. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And if a friend, you do something together, choose you and me. And in friend, we're 8 times all down here in the deep blue sea.
We always break into song here, so that is very common here for us.
And that being said, that's a great segue into Jason. So Jason, welcome to the show. Jason.
Thank you, Dave. It's glad to be here.
And Jason, what year did you start coming to the Nicholas Center?
All around 2018.
2018, okay. So in 2018, you graced us with your presence, and you've been involved in a lot of programs here, Creative Arts and the Navigators and all that stuff. We'll get into it. And you're also a production assistant at Spectrum Designs, right? You're wearing your uniform today because you got to go to work after this, right?
Yes. I only go to after hours every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So
Day ups, Wednesday and Fridays.
Perfect. We are going to ask you a lot of great questions about that. So that being said, welcome to our panelists, and we're so glad to stop at home because we're exhausted and because this is the place that we're most proud of and most stoked to talk about. So Josh, why don't we just dive right in and start asking
All
some
right,
questions?
so this question is for all of you. I'm going to start with Rob, then I'm going to move down. So Rob, what makes spending time at the Nicholas Center great?
What makes spending time here great is the people who get us, the friends, just the overall experience is just beyond anything else I've had. Like, I've never thought I would be in a workplace with people who think like me, but the neurodiversity of spectrum design is really what makes this place special.
That's a
and at the Nicholas Center too, right? In the
And
the programs.
everyone here is so unique too, in my opinion, too. Yeah, like you'll never meet two people who are alike, which I love.
This is very true.
That's really true. What about you, bro?
Rob already said what I wanted to say. No, I'm just kidding. Again, can you repeat the question? Because I love saying the question before.
Yeah. All right. So, Brooke, what makes spending time at the Nicholas Center great?
Okay. So what makes spending time at the Nicholas so great is, again, there's just, the people here are incredible, like Robert said. Not just, there's so many people that make the Nicholas Center special. So we have, our staff that are a huge part of, what makes our Nicholas Center programs run so smoothly and what trickles down into make the parsons really happy. Again, we have so many unique personalities and so many wonderful ideas that everybody always comes together as a team to create and innovate. And we just have, I can go on and on, but really we just have such incredible staff, incredible participants, incredible programs, and everyone really works together to really, make those programs come to life. And it's just wonderful. I've never ever seen anything like that before in a place that I've worked, so it's just wonderful to see that.
I fully agree. I mean, you totally get the vibe. I mean, Dave, I know you'll agree with this. I mean, it's something which you have to experience, really. Like, there are places which say, oh, we have a family values culture, but this place genuinely does.
It
Wow.
really
It's,
is. Yeah.
It's
we
not
really
just
are
like a
a
slogan.
family.
It's like, it's real.
And when I talk to people and I say, like, when people come new on board, participants, staff, whoever it is, I always say, welcome to the Nicholas Center family. I say, welcome to our family, join our team. It's really nice.
And I think that the way that our participants and our staff work together to the point that a lot of the time people can spend a little while here and not even know who is a participant within the program and
Right.
who works here.
That's so
because
true.
It is true.
We have our culture our participants so embedded into our culture, into what shapes our programming, what kind of decisions we're making. It really is kind of the definition of inclusivity in my view, and you can't get a better model than that. So great. Let's ask the question to Jason.
And so, Jason, for you, in your opinion, what makes spending time at the Nicholas Center great?
Well, I like hanging out with the Nicholas Center with all my friends.
Yeah.
Yep. I go there everywhere. Vocational skills, navigators, and the creative arts.
That's wonderful.
And then you have work at Spectrum Designs, right?
Yep. Spectrum Designs, I go there 366.
And you get support while you're there from the Nicholas Center, right?
Yep.
So they help you out and everything?
And in 416, they have Suds and Bakes.
Spectrum Suds and Spectrum Bakes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you've been a big part of our culture for a long time, and you're involved in so many different programs. What's your favorite program?
Well, my favorite program is the Navigators.
And what's the Navigators?
It's a place that you go to because it's full of activities.
You go out in the community, right?
Yep.
And do you volunteer?
I always volunteer.
What programs do you do with the Navigators?
Well, I work here with the cantina.
The Cruising Cantina.
Yeah,
What is
and-
that?
Well, the cantina is a place that you buy snacks.
Right.
A rolling snack cart, right?
Snack cart, yeah.
And we
This,
work.
I'm like running a ride in a Walt Disney World.
Yeah,
It feels like you're on a ride when you roll the cart.
that's very cool. That's
Cool.
very cool.
I love that.
Very,
Yeah,
very,
that's
very
great. And have you ever hosted Nicholas Center News?
I think you have.
I always do.
Do you enjoy that? And you use your announcer voice, right? Your broadcaster voice.
You mean this announcer voice?
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So we get into a lot of great things. That's excellent.
Oh, and I always work at Twin Pines.
Dude, what is Twin Pines?
Well, Twin Pines is a shop, cause they always buy stuff like toys and the books and the shoes and the pants and the shirts.
Right, but what makes Twin Pines so special? Because it's what kind of shop is it? See, who knows? Who can help out Jason?
Okay,
What kind of shop is
anyone?
Twin Pines, you know, Robert?
Anyone?
It's a thrift store.
A thrift
basically.
store.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. And you guys do
Yeah.
such a
That's
good job.
amazing.
That's
It
what
is-
makes it so special because it's people donate their items there, so
Donate
people
their
can find
items.
really unique things.
Thank
All right. So again, this is for all of you starting with Rob. Rob, what makes you and the people you spend your days with different or special?
Well, what makes the people special is that we each can focus on very specialized things. So one of us might not be good at something, but the other person might be very, very, very good at it, and we can focus on those specialized things for hours at a time, which can make us really good workers. We can focus on important tasks for hours at a time. So.
I know exactly where you're talking about, and you're right. It does make for very good work.
That's
It does.
a great example.
Yeah.
Brooke, what
Yeah.
about you? What makes you and the people you spend your days with different or special?
This is this is a really great question. It makes it different because we focus on so many different types of programs that we do. It's not just, we don't really stick to the same thing. We just are always evolving and changing, which is so unique and wonderful to be in a place like this. What makes it special is that, again, piggybacking off what I said before, is that the evolving, the innovating, the different ideas. And I love the fact that it's not just me creating, it's me working with Nicholas Center participants who help create ideas and bringing, it's really nice to get an idea from a participant and then having their idea be brought to life, which is so wonderful because we're all about that. We're not just, we're not about us having an idea, the senior staff having an idea and us implementing it. It's more like we want to hear from you and hear from the people, and that's what makes Nicholas Center and being with participants there so special, is that their ideas really are implemented, and we get to really try it out and see, and let's just do it. Let's just try.
And that's what sounds like autism is all about. I mean, we knew that Josh's words were kind of preaching to the choir, so to speak, within this environment, and that we wanted to find ways to expand upon his ability to speak to wider audiences. So I put this microphone in front of him, and we went with it. And same thing for Nicholas Center News. People want to be in broadcasting, and we have so many individuals that want to do voices for cartoons, which I'm sure we'll get to with Jason. So to see something in people and to encourage it and to flesh it out and to be kind of that person that's not doing something for people, but helping facilitate growth and allowing people to make choices about what they want to be doing and what it means for them to have a meaningful life is so important at the Nicholas Center.
The thing about that, I just want to bring up is that, again, when you're helping facilitate growth and not doing for, if you do it for someone, you're doing them a favor, but if you're helping them facilitate their growth and stuff, you're teaching them a skill that they can use over and over and over and over and over again. So it's actually, you're doing a much greater service to that individual than doing for them. They may be more thankful at first if you do it for them, but in the end, it's not going to help them.
That's true.
And they're going to just become reliant, and it might hurt
Absolutely.
more than help. So Brooke, all right, so this one, tailor-made for you, absolutely no pressure, but all attention is on you right now, okay?
All the attention's on me. Okay, let's start
Here
again.
we go. Brooke,
Okay.
what made you want to work in a neurodiverse work environment?
Awesome. Okay. So I feel that, my past experience in leading me here to the Nicholas Center, I've been, I went to school for special education. I have people in my family who have special needs. And I just really, I really thought what opportunities, do they have for them in their future, right? I really felt empathetic to that because I really, being, especially having it so close to home, it really opened up my eyes to, how am I going to make an impact? How am I going to, really have make it meaningful for people that I care about, and how can I make that impact for other people as well who are struggling with the working and all that. So coming to the Nicholas Center, it just really opened up my eyes to so much opportunity, and working with the individuals and the participants here, I really felt so at home. It really just made me feel like this is where I'm meant to be. And I just love the way that, like we said, you meet one person with autism, you meet one person with autism.
Yeah.
Everyone has such a unique and so much unique personalities, and so much about them that really they could really bring to the table. And it just really doesn't matter about anybody's disability. It's really about how could we bring out everybody's uniqueness. And I just I really look at this as a family, and I don't. Yeah. It really, we're such a team, and we really support one another, that it just makes us I don't know. I just feel so blessed and happy that I can be a support system to to the participants here, and to the staff, that we're really working together as a group. And it doesn't really feel we're separated. Everyone's doing we're all working together. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Sorry if I'm rambling, but I just feel I have so much passion for this.
Yeah, no,
I just feel like everyone's.
I think we brought the right people on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a very good panel. I think, and I think our audience will agree.
I just really think we're all just making such a deep impact, and everything's just so meaningful, what we do, and. I don't know, just so nice.
And that goes for our participants too. We're all trailblazers. You guys are so brave and resilient and strong and innovative and creative and intelligent.
And so this question is going to be for Jason and Robert. Rob, we're going to start with you. What made you want to come to the Nicholas Center?
What made me want to come here is the fact that it's a neurodiverse workplace. The fact that most of the people have different disabilities, have different challenges that they need to overcome, and they can all do it here. What makes this place very worth it to me is that the fact that they actually understand you. They actually try to understand what you need, the stuff you need, I guess, the stuff you need and the stuff you want, and who you are as a person. And yeah, that's what makes this place great. They try to understand you as the individual, not you as a group.
That's a terrific answer, dude.
For sure.
Really, it is. Love it. And Jason, same with you. What made you want to come to the Nicholas Center?
Well, the Nicholas Center is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. Because
what made you want to come here, though?
Well, I always come here on Tuesdays and Fridays.
What do you love about the Nicholas Center that makes you?
And it goes for Spectrum too. So you really come every day. So you started coming here with school, right? And
wait. Don't you mean work?
Well, no. You started coming here on the school bus, right? When you were still in high school.
Oh, wow! I remember that one.
Yeah,
with
started out at Spectrum
Mr. Lewis' class.
Yeah,
and Miss Raina's class.
Yeah, and what did you think about the environment at Spectrum at the Nicholas Center when you started coming here as a teenager?
Well, back in those days, Spectrum Designs in 382 had changed the name to Vocational Skills before it got moved to 366.
That's right. We've evolved a lot since you've been here, because we've only been around 10 years, Nicholas Center and Spectrum Designs, but we've grown a lot. And you've been a big part of it. And has it been cool to watch the Nicholas Center and Spectrum Designs grow?
So you had did you have a great experience in your coming here with school?
Yeah.
You enjoyed it, right? So when you were finished school and you graduated, do you want to come back to Nicholas Center and Spectrum Designs?
Yes.
You sure did, right? So it felt something. It felt right.
It's like a dream come true.
And that's what we like to do, is that we like to create a pipeline between high school and when that school bus does stop coming, and create a pipeline to employment and to a meaningful life and to working on the skills that you want to work on as an adult. And we're so glad you're a part of it.
This one is for Rob. Rob, what can you tell me about the Zoomiverse, and also that your recent time on there with the 501st, because I know you had a good time with that.
Yes. Well, the Zoomiverse is something new that we're trying at Nicholas Center. It was inspired by, the COVID pandemic ravaging the world this past March, and it was, I guess, an attempt to help autistic individuals no matter where they live. Like, physically we're located in Port Washington and Pleasantville, but there are autistic people all around the world we can possibly help. So the Zoomiverse was really an attempt, became an attempt to help autistic people no matter where they live.
And what about the night that Josh is so proud of?
The night was the Star Wars night. It was a pretty cool night. We had members of the 501st Legion who were cosplaying as Star Wars characters come with us. So we talked about like Star Wars, talked about neurodiversity, talked about just how we're all humans and need to do the best job we can in this world. So yeah, it was a very, very fun night. We do some very, very cool nights on Zoom.
Yeah, for sure. And so we have a learning platform during the day and a leisure platform at night. So basically nights when the party starts, right? Every night at 6:30 Eastern. And it is really meaningful and a really cool thing to be a part of. And we do like to open it up to the public and give people free passes if you ever want to try it and see if it's right for you. thezoomiverse.com.
Yeah. I highly suggest it.
Yeah. And we're all involved in the Zoomiverse, so this is kind of a Zoomiverse panel too.
Zoom was some fun times for me.
And if COVID proved anything, it was that the Nicholas Center doesn't necessarily have to create so many more brick and mortar locations, so many more in-person locations to spread our impact.
True.
We can do it virtually as well, so it's a really exciting thing to be a part of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, Brooke,
Yes.
tell us about our health and wellness program
Ooh.
and the Navigators program.
Oh boy. Okay. So health and wellness first. Okay. So our health and wellness program, we're really about teaching our participants and staff. It's really nice because every time that we do programs here, I learn so much by these programs as well. Things that I've never knew as when coming into different programs here, but. So we want to learn about nutrition, keeping a healthy lifestyle. So we have our own little gym set up here at the Nicholas Center. We have some machines.
Elliptical.
Elliptical?
Right? What's that? We have a rower machine.
Oh, you have a rowboat?
Yep. We
Okay.
like that.
Row, you go gently down the stream.
Listen, bud. We're talking about health and wellness, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
My bad.
So we have a whole. Sorry.
So what about right behind you, Jason?
Ooh, look behind you.
Don't pick one up, but just look behind
you, bud. What do we see
Where?
behind
Where?
you? Look, turn your head. What up?
Oh, I remember these.
That's right.
Yeah, what are those called?
Weights.
Those are weights, right? So, it's really nice. So we have we have different machines that we use, that the participants get to use. And then we have, obviously weights, and we also have different exercises that the staff, can teach the participants how to use. We have games and lessons that we do about nutrition, which is really sweet. We're also forming a Zen Den, which is going to be our relaxation and yoga and Zumba and classes like that we're going to do, which is really, really fun, and it's really nice because fitness is so important. So it's really nice to stay fit and to teach that here, that we're able to do that here.
We also have a daily health and wellness class on the Zoomiverse, which is great, where we learn about healthy food choices and best practices for living a healthy and meaningful life, which is really killer. That's every day, midday, and it's such a cool thing to be a part of that class. And then what about the Navigators program?
Oh my God, I have to sing the song, guys, because we're the Navigators and we're here to have
fun
to navigate the
community and get things done.
You want to do it one more time?
Because we're the Navigators and we're here to have fun to navigate the community and get things done. Because we're the Navigators.
So that's our hit single.
Next
Look it up on Spotify.
I do remember that song.
I'm responsible.
Yeah, so Robert, speaking of the Navigator program.
I love that song.
I know. So Robert, can you help me a little bit and talk about what the Navigators program is?
Yeah.
Because Robert is a huge part. Jason is too, a huge part of the Navigators program. But speaking of the song, go for it, Robert.
So we do this program with the Navigators for this music school called Dr. Rock. Basically,
Right.
it's a music teaching school.
Right.
He teaches how to play instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And my band, me, Lucy, Jeremy, and Brian, I believe, wrote the song together. And
Right. The Navigation Station song we
Navigation
wrote.
song,
And it's
yeah.
our hit single. We sing it everywhere we go. So it really talks. So if you listen to the lyrics where the navigates, we're here to have fun, we navigate the community and get things done. That's exactly our motto there because that's what we do. That's what the Nichols Center Community Inclusion Program. So we go into the community and we are part of many different programs that are very meaningful and genuine, so unique. We support nonprofits. We volunteer at different job sites. And then it's really nice because the participants get to, experience different jobs that they may like, maybe they want to do for their future, or they experience a theater class maybe that really, brings out their theatrical side, a music, we have a literacy class that we go to the library.
Animal shelter.
And we volunteer at the animal shelter.
Really meaningful opportunities.
Yeah.
A lot of the, not to talk negatively about any other programs, but a lot of the things that people are aiming to do, especially at a lot of the bigger agencies, and they're trying. Part of the benefit of being at somewhere where we've been able to keep the magic of being a small agency is that we're able to create these incredible community partnerships thanks to the enthusiasm of people like Brooke and me and Josh and Jason and Robert
It's true.
talking about what makes us special and that we want to do public good and a public service.
That's why we really are into supporting other nonprofits and giving back to our community. That's a big thing about us in the Navigators. We always want to give back because we've gotten so much opportunity here in our location in Port Washington that we always do what we can to, give back to the people that, have given us so much.
That's right.
So it's really, really great. Am I missing anything with the Navigators?
That was an amazing
No?
answer.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
All right. I'm glad you liked
Yeah,
it.
no problem. Again, you're gonna go platinum with that song one day.
You think so?
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
No problem.
Thank
We have
you, Josh,
other.
so much.
We have
I know.
other. We have more to the song too, but we don't have time for that. So maybe another time.
So, Dave, tell us about your partnership with Spectrum Designs.
Well, it's not my partnership. It's the Nichols Center's partnership. So the Nichols Center is a nonprofit, like we said, that was founded in 2011, and it actually has the same founders as a business a lot of people have heard of, Spectrum Designs Foundation, which is a totally separate nonprofit. There's a few reasons why it's not just one business, but mostly it's because what do we put first, Brooke? We put
The participants, the
we,
people.
We put people first at the
Yeah.
Nichols Center. And so Spectrum Designs Foundation is an incredible social enterprise with a social mission to provide employment opportunities to people who think differently. And we're able to cater to individuals' needs, like Josh's needs and Jason's needs and Robert's needs, supporting people in the workplace. And so all these guys work at Spectrum Designs Foundation, and it's the job of the Nichols Center, under my direction and under Brooke's support, to support people that are receiving employment opportunities and vocational training opportunities at Spectrum Designs, which is a screen printing and embroidery shop, right? Spectrum Suds, which is the coolest boutique laundry service right here in Port Washington, New York. And Spectrum Bakes. Check out spectrumbakes.org for the best granola you've ever had in your life.
Yes,
Those three businesses are run by Spectrum Designs Foundation, and the Nichols Center is so proud to be the exclusive partner agency of Spectrum Designs, meaning wherever Spectrum Designs is, there's the Nichols Center supporting the people who need that kind of support in the workplace. And I love that work environment. It's a very inclusive work environment, and as a neurodiverse person myself, I benefit from the kinds of natural supports that we've created at Spectrum Designs, and from this empathetic, upbeat, action-based kind of environment. It's something that I really thrive in, and that I know these guys do too. So yeah, we're so happy to have them as a partner and to grow with them and evolve. And check them out at spectrumdesigns.org, but separate from the Nichols Center. And by the way, check out tncnewyork.org to see what we're talking about at the Nichols Center.
For sure.
That's awesome.
So, what does spending your days at the Nichols Center mean to you, and what kind of relationships have you been built here?
Me?
Yeah.
What does spending my days at the Nichols Center mean to me? I've never been in the kind of work environment that we've managed to promote here. I walked into this culture of inclusivity and this high energy, innovative environment where if you have an idea and you're motivated and you're stoked on the mission, that you're embraced by it and that you join it and you become part of this kind of amazing perfect storm within our community. And I've done my best to continue that kind of culture of hearing ideas and, as I've grown with the company, hearing ideas and encouraging interesting thoughts and outside the box thinking and trying new things. And sometimes we fail and that's okay. Sometimes we thrive, like our pivot during COVID and now the Zoomiverse being one of the most innovative programs in the country for virtual learning and leisure for neurodiverse people. It's just what spending my days here means to me is that it's my life force. Besides my family, this is what gets me going. This is what gets me excited. I'm excited to be a part of this, and it really, to me, feels not political, but like a social movement, a true movement towards where the greater society is supposed to be. And as far as what kind of relationships I've built here, sure, Josh. I've created such amazing partnerships with my colleagues and with the participants that I have the privilege of working alongside. I've learned so much about life during my time here. The people, all the leadership team, my colleagues, the participants have helped me through some of the best times and some of the most challenging times that I've had in my life. Yep. And I couldn't picture doing anything else with myself. So I'm just thankful, and I'm so thankful to be able to focus on the Nichols Center this month because it is such a special month. So what about Robert? What does spending your days at the Nichols Center mean to you? And tell us about the relationships that you've built here.
Spending my days at the Nichols Center means that I'm in a workplace where I'm supported. I'm in a workplace that really cares about me. I'm in a workplace that I love being in. And the relationships I build in the Nichols Center, like, I don't just see the people I work with as coworkers. I see them as friends. I see them as people like me. I hang out with a bunch of them. I hung out with a bunch of them like before COVID, and want to hang out with them again. I guess once we're all safe and able to.
Like New Year's.
Yeah, yes.
For the New Year's of 2020, like right before the whole thing. I remember you came over, Jeremy's, and we had a bunch of people over, and we hung out all like night and stuff. So it's really, lots of times, unfortunately, people like us during things like New Year's, you spend it alone because we're not friends. But thanks to a place like this, we make the connections and we all get together and have fun during those things. So it really does change a lot. Yeah. It is more than like a job or something.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
I'm glad we finally made it to 2021.
Finally, yeah. And
my God, it's 2020.
What about you, Jason? What does spending your days here mean to you? And have you built a lot of friendships here?
Well, I do have a lot of friends. Like my good old pal, Jake, and Joe, and Robert.
There's one last question to wrap it up. To all of you, including Dave and Brooke, what's something you want to tell the world about the Nichols Center? Starting with Dave.
Starting with me? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Pressure, right?
I didn't know I was going to be asked this.
Yeah, I know you didn't. That's why I did it.
So, the Nichols Center is I may have said some of this before in my rambling, but the Nichols Center is doing things that people are talking about doing and have been talking about doing for a while. We're still in the shadows of Willowbrook, which I know is in our TED Talk if you've listened to it, but of these massive state-run institutions that just were actively creating a culture of exclusion in the world. And we've come such a long way in the past couple decades, but there's still such a long way to go. And there's nothing better than true inclusivity, and that's what you see in the kinds of programs that we're creating and the kind of culture that we're creating at the Nichols Center and at Spectrum Designs Foundation. If you're from New York or you're interested in remote opportunities professionally or as a participant, check us out. Just learn more. at tncnewyork.org, and we'll put it in the show notes of the episode. Check out spectrumdesigns.org as well. And if you want to support us, there's plenty of ways to text to donate and all that stuff. We, no matter where you're from, we really appreciate the support of the larger community that recognizes that what we're doing is really special here. And I consider it kind of and people are calling and asking how we do it. I consider it kind of a case study on what what kind of impact a small nonprofit can have on the lives of different thinkers and on a community. And that's part of the reason why I had Brooke on, because she's helped make such a big impact in our local community. And yeah, that's it. Check us out, tncnewyork.org.
And also, one other thing, since you brought the Willowbrook thing, if they want to understand more about it, can we put a link to our TEDx?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because I really think if after you watch that, you'll be like, wow. Then that gives you so much more context.
Mm-hmm.
Because also, we are located in New York, and that's also where Willowbrook was. So also, that just adds a little bit more like, wow, like, in this amount of years, we've come so far, yet there's so much more to go. So appreciate like how far we're coming, but also do not forget how much farther we have to go, and make sure we do not slip backwards.
Great.
Okay, now Rob. Now time to put you in the hot seat, man. What's something you want to tell the world about the Nicholas Center?
Just give me a sec. I have ideas, but there's so many things I want to tell the world about this place that it's kind of unbelievable in my mind a little bit.
That's a tough question.
What I want to tell the world about the Nicholas Center is that this place, if your child on the spectrum comes here, they will be treated as if they were not just an autistic individual. They're treated as a human being. They're treated like they're not disabled, is what I'm saying. They're treated like any other person. That's what I love about this place so much, and that's what makes me so hopeful about his places like this. I honestly didn't think there was much of a chance for people like me in the world before seeing this, but now, once I see this, and I see how far they come, and I've seen they've actually made a difference in the world, it makes me hopeful.
That's beautiful. You have a way with words, and it's true.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us.
Brooke,
Wonderful. Same with you. Now it's your turn in the hot seat. The hot seat's going round and round. What's something you want to tell the world about the Nicholas Center? Again, if you can only say one thing.
I can't, Josh. You know me. I can't just say one thing.
That's why it's the hot seat and like the cold
I'm sorry. I can't do that. I would like to say that, for me, when I wake up each day, I am happy and excited to come to work. And that's super, super important for me. And I think not everybody has that in their life. I know everyone here does, at the Nicholas Center, but not everywhere else. Yeah. So that is huge. And whenever I talk about the Nicholas Center, I always say that I am so happy every day coming to work, every single day. And that is because of all of you. And I can get really emotional here, but I'm gonna hold back.
That's so awesome.
I get tear up because I really, really love what I do at the Nicholas Center, and I love working with the individuals here. I love working with the staff here. I think everyone is just so incredible. And I feel like the things that we do at the Nicholas Center are mind-blowing. We really, really push ourselves to keep going and to go further and further with our ideas. And I am just so honored that I get to work for a company that is so innovative, that's really supportive, that really, listens to people, listens to the individuals here, listens to the staff, and we really, really are such a team, and really, really, we are such a family here, and it's so incredible, and I love working here. I love my job. I love this place, and I can't stress it enough how amazing it is to work with everyone, and just the things that we do, we really push the boundaries. We really, really do, and it's incredible the things that we've done from when I first started seeing in 2014 was it? Dave?
2015.
15? My God, 2015. I'm like 14. Give myself an extra year. I feel like I've been here 10 years. That to see how far we've come, and Nichols Center is just a place where you feel yourself, you feel home, you feel safe, and you feel super, super proud. So
For sure.
Thank you so much again for having me on this panel, because I really, appreciate, it's an honor to talk about my passion. So,
Of course.
I'll take it over to my friend Jason. Over
And
here.
Jason,
Wow.
same
Thank
to
you, Brooke Cookie.
Thank you.
Now Jason's in the hot seat, right, bud?
Hey.
Alright. Now, what's something you want to tell the world about the Nichols Center if you could choose only one thing?
Well, I always like to choose the cantina.
Okay.
Yeah. I like doing the cart.
So that's what you want to tell people, that the one thing that you love about the Nichols Center is
Well,
the programs,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So talk more. So that's what it is. That's one of the programs. You love coming to Nichols Center because of the different types of what that you do here.
They're all different types of activities.
Exactly. Yeah.
And your favorite's the Cruising Cantina mobile snack cart?
That's the one.
It's very cool. It's great because you work on money management.
Right.
We work in food service, light food service,
Yeah.
learn about nutrition and things like that. And also it gives back because we're able to purchase some delicious snacks
Yeah,
for
you guys have great snacks. I
for
love you
great
guys.
prices. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
it's up
a
to the
great point.
customers,
And that's just
right?
one of like 100 different cool programs we do here.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's a great example though. Can't pick. I could never just pick one. But
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you did
So
it.
so that concludes our panel. Does anyone else have anything
Yeah.
else to say?
It's not the food pyramid anymore. It's now called the food plate.
The food plate,
Ah.
right? You split it up into different sections of your plate.
grains,
Mhm.
protein, dairy, fruits, and even vegetables.
See, health and wellness.
Yeah,
A great
exactly.
example.
Damn!
And that, did you learn that in Health and Wellness?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's wonderful.
It's a great example of
It's
what
so-
we do here.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thanks you all so much. If your child comes here, just know they will be treated as like royalty, basically.
Royalty, wow.
Wow.
That's special.
That's
And,
wonderful.
Brooke, thank you. Josh, thank you.
Thank you guys for
I'm
having.
co-hosting, so of course I'm
Mhm.
gonna be here.
It's so wonderful that you guys are doing so much. It's so great what you guys are doing with your podcast. It's really, it really brings showing everybody in the world. I love how you go all over the world and
Very cool, yeah.
you do that. It's
Thank you
wonderful.
so
Yeah,
much.
Jason,
you.
thank you, man. It's really an honor to have you on and have your
I love
incredible,
your energy. It's
your
everything.
incredible energy and your comedy and your perspectives. Everyone just loves. You're so magnetic, and everyone just loves being around you. And it's so great to be able to provide you a platform to be able to share your personality and your perspective with the whole world.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you,
Thank you
so
for
Thank
much.
you for
hearing
coming on.
all of our perspectives and showing
Yeah.
how special the
And
Nichols
Rob,
Center
thank
is.
you also did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
you're very welcome. I love doing this.
And
so-
you're such an insightful dude, and it's incredible to.
We're the navigators and we're here to have fun to navigate the community and get things done. Because
Absolutely,
we're the
Jason.
navigators.
Absolutely, Jason.
All right, cool. All right, bye everyone.
Thank you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.